Hello, I'm Fiona and I'm an author and illustrator. Today I'm going to read you my story, Clem and Crab. Clem and Crab. Clem loved the beach, the crunch of the wet sand and the crashing of the waves, the grass that grew sideways as the wind blew in off the sea, and the pools that came and went with the changing tides. She would collect up the treasure that washed ashore, but also the things that other people had left behind. One day, as she was gathering everything in her bucket, she spied a flash of orange. Then again. A crab! The crab watched her as it crawled under, over, and in between the rocks. But later, as she was ready to head back with her bucket full, Crab had disappeared. Clem smiled as she told her sister about the crab, how they'd played hide and seek among the rocks. Together they sorted through her treasures, one pile to put back, the other to be recycled. There were shells and pebbles and pieces of glass that glistened like precious jewels, but also coloured plastic lids, bottles and netting, and even a plastic bag. The bag felt heavy. As Clem looked inside, she glimpsed a flash of orange. It was Crab, his claws stuck in the twisted plastic. Gently she untangled him. "Can I keep him?" Clem pleaded. "No, Clem, he belongs in the sea," her sister said. Sadly, she headed back across the beach to the pool of water. Plop! With a small splash, Crab was gone. "Be careful, Crab," Clem called. The sun was setting as Clem and her sister caught the bus home. Clem looked back at the beach and thought of Crab. "Bye-bye," she whispered. Ouch! Clem felt something nip her leg. Crab! Somehow he'd nestled in her trouser leg. She couldn't believe it as she quickly popped him in her pocket. "You'll be safe with me," she told him. Back home, Clem found a bowl and she filled it with water and stones from the garden to make a new home for Crab. Then she took the things that she'd collected from the beach to use for her project for show and tell. The following day, Clem and Crab paid a visit to the aquarium. As they walked beneath the magical underwater world, Clem wondered if Crab missed his home. They learned lots of facts about conservation, the huge problem of plastics in the ocean, and what we can all do to help. With a head full of facts and Crab carefully hidden in her bag, it was time for Clem's show and tell. She told the class all that she'd learned at the aquarium and explained how her collage was made from the plastic waste that she'd gathered from the beach. We can all help to protect the oceans and shores. Lots of small actions added together can make a big difference, she explained. Suddenly, Crab scuttled across the classroom floor. "Don't be scared," she told her classmates. "This is Crab. I rescued him from a plastic bag. His claw was tangled and he was stuck." "But why didn't you put him back?" asked Clem's teacher. "I did, but he found me again. The beach is messy and dangerous. I try my best to keep it clean, but it's a big job," she replied. Clem's teacher smiled and told her that everything she was doing was great, but that Crab would be much happier in his natural environment. Clem knew her teacher was right. She would have to take him back to the beach. At the weekend, Clem and her sister took the bus back to the beach. This was usually Clem's favourite time of the week, but today she felt a bit sad. When they arrived, Clem simply couldn't believe her eyes. There, on the sand, were her classmates, all helping to clean up the beach. "I made a difference," she called. "We can all make a difference." As she skipped across the beach, hearing the crunch of the wet sand and the crash of the waves, She was the happiest she'd ever been. The sunlight danced and glittered on the surface of Crab's rock pool. With one last glance and a snap of his claws, Crab was gone. "I'll see you again, Crab," she called. "Be safe." Clem felt proud. She'd helped to make his home safe and clean. This beautiful beach, with its endless skies and magical underwater worlds that came and went with the tides. Clem made a promise that she would always look after it for Crab and all the other sea creatures. The end. So that's the end of the story. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope that Clem has inspired you all to look after our beaches and shores and get rid of all the plastic waste that's in the ocean in any small way that you can. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye bye.